Good morning, it's me. I'm back finally. We had a little struggle on Wednesday, so I am here. I'm Stephanie Flath, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you live on Friday instead of Wednesday. Wednesday was very stormy and not good for Facebook connections, so it didn't happen. Today is April 7th, and it's Good Friday, actually. And I'm going to refresh my screen. Let me know when you get on. So that I can say hi. So you can find me typically every Wednesday on my Facebook page at facebook.com/Dazzled by Stamping. Or you can find me any other time. Sorry, I'm trying to... There, okay. Now I can see that I'm live. You can find me any other time on my website at dazzledbystamping.com. So I have a feeling Friday may not be a great time for people, at least not Good Friday. So I'm not sure how many people I'm going to have with me or if you get my notifications that I'm live. So anyway, I'm going to proceed. I don't see anybody joining me yet. So I'm going to proceed. I'm going to be using the Sweet Citrus bundle today because that is going to be the next stamp set that we're using for my Dazzling Card Club. So I still need to make those samples, but I wanted to use it in a simple way today. With a couple things that are retiring and there's a couple things that are staying. And so anyway, I just wanted to use it in a simple way. And because the last time I showed it with, it's a Sweet Citrus is a hybrid, bundle. So that means there's dies and an embossing folder that work together so you can emboss and cut with the same swipe through the machine. So anyway, I just wanted to do it more simply this time. So, I need my pen. So I'm going to do my randomizer. If you're joining me for the first time, I give away the projects that I make. And so to be entered into a drawing for those projects, you need to share my video and then come back and tell me here on this post that you've shared it, because I can't tell with notifications that you've done that. So then I enter you into, I call it my randomizer. It is a random pick a name website. So I'm going to run that right now. I have all my names entered. I need to check one thing and I'm going to start. So my randomizer is running. Janet Bignall, yay, she's my winner. First winner, and she's actually back in town, I believe. She moved to Tennessee, but she's back here now. Okay, so congratulations, Janet. And I'm going to pick another name because I have two projects from last week. So I'm picking another name. Terri Kosten. She's on another roll. I love it. Okay, Terri, congratulations. I already have one card sitting here for you, I think. I think the other ones I gave you already. Okay, so we're done with the randomizer. Okay. Now, one thing that I want to mention, I told you that some things are retiring that I'm using. One of the things that I'm using is, I'm going to grab my partial packet here, are these Enjoy the Adventure. That's why I can't keep the word straight. Some products are Enjoy the Adventure and some are Enjoy the Journey, I think. These are Enjoy the Adventure note cards or not note cards. They're just called cards and envelopes because they are bigger than full size, our normal cards. So anyway, these are, hi Janie, you must be on spring break. These are retiring. These are going to be gone. And so something I want to mention to you, there are some things, oops, that was my Kleenex box. I always need Kleenex near me because I'm a nasally challenged person. So there are some things that are just gone. There are some cardstocks that are gone, and ink refills and stuff like that. And well, I don't have ink refills to sell unless until oh, I wasn't seeing comments. Hi Marlene. And hi Carrie. I can't sell until after the catalog is retired. But if you're looking for cardstock, there are some cardstocks that are gone. If there's something that you can't find, check with me because I might have unopened packages and that sort of thing. Speaking of which, I do have one of these Memories and More packages. So anyway, so I'm going to be using those. So if you have some things on your wish list that you weren't able to get, since the retired list is going, or last chance list is going, everything is while supplies last. So if there's something that you can't find, let me know because I might have it. Specifically like if I have unopened things, I can just, if you're at my house, I can give it to you. I can, just like if you were ordering. Okay, so I told you that I'm using the Sweet Citrus. I'm not actually using the bundle. I'm just using the stamp set because I wanted to make it simple. And this is going to be my stamp set for the next Dazzling Card Club. And so I want to make a couple of simple projects. And this is another stamp set. I'm so happy this one isn't leaving. This is called Biggest Wish. And I love that all of these words are available in this stamp set. They're all caps, and then this script that I love how they go together. So I'm going to put you down and do some simple stamping. Well, it's sort of simple to me. Anyway, simpler than the last one that I did with citrus. Okay, so I need to do my magic, turn on my wand, on backwards U, and upside down U. Okay. So now you can see just, oops, stuff's falling again. Sorry, I'm loosening this a little bit so I can, oh, you can see my full space. I'm just in the way. Okay, so as you can see, I'm also going to be using, these are TaylorMade Tags dies, and these I believe are also staying. So, yeah. Okay, so the first one that I'm doing, I'm going to use one of each of the Enjoy the Journey cards. So the first one that I'm doing is the mango one. It sort of goes from mango to petal pink. And I'm going to use this big, I'm trying to, I can't see it. Oh, you can see it better that way. Okay, so I'm using this big stamp. Now, if you want to stamp individual ones, you actually can cut it, but I wouldn't cut off these little attachments. I would just cut through them. You can cut your photopolymer stamp if you want to, because then if you want to use it all together, you just put it back on a block or on your Stamparatus, which is retiring and gone. You just put it back into the position that it was in. So these marks will help you know what that position is if you want to do that. But I'm going to do it, by the way, this is an E block. It's a big one. I don't usually like using these, but I decided I wanted to get used to it because I'm not just going to be using my Stamparatus and making people want it when it's not available. Okay, so I'm going to be taking my This is pumpkin pie, by the way. And I'm just going to, whenever I have a large block like this, I leave the stamp down and pick up the ink pad. So I'm going to stamp this randomly. Now, when I first did my sample for this, I did the inside part first rather than the outside. And I decided that that wasn't the best way to do it if you're wanting to do it multiple times, because on the, I'm going to show you really quick. On the inside one, there's just 3 pieces, because this one is a whole, can you see it? This one is a whole fruit. So if you do the inside one first, then you're not leaving space for the whole fruit. So I didn't necessarily want it to be overlapping. I just wanted it to be random. So I wanted to use the outside first. How do I want to put this? I sort of want this whole one on here. So we're going to go like this. Yeah, that'll do. Maybe one more. I want this random one here. There we go. Okay. So I have all of the peeling, the peeling is stamped. And now I'm going to use, so that was pumpkin pie. Now I'm going to use Mango Melody, which is what this color is. But I love that when coordinating our cardstock and inks, I love that when you have the ink of the same color as your cardstock, it's still, for most colors, some of them aren't so great, but most colors, they show up really well on itself. So it totally coordinates and you totally can see it. And you'll see that when I stamp this. So now I need to line up. So here's this is the one I'm going to use for lining up. Here's my wedge. So I can line that up, and then I can get the slices or halves or whatever lined up too. See, isn't that cool? So I have Mango Melody, but it's on Mango Melody. It helps that there's some white behind it too with the dots. I don't know, can you tell that there's dots on there? Anyway, so I'm refreshing again. If you're commenting and I don't answer, I'm sorry, my computer's being sort of weird. Just a sec, I'm going again. Oh, thanks for sharing, Marlene. Okay, so again, I'm going to aim for the wedge. Get up again. So this is just my background. My wedge. It helps to have, when you're doing multiple stamps like this, it helps to have a focal, is a focal point right? What I want? Just something in that you're always focusing on, so you know how you're lining up. Now for this last one, I just need this half of an orange here. There we go. Okay, so I have all my fruit stamped inside and outside. So I'm done with my stamps and I'm done with my ink pad. Oh no, I'm not done with my stamps. Okay, so now I'm going to set this aside for the moment. So now I'm going to stamp my greeting here. First, I am going to do my outside first. Okay, I forgot I needed to do this part too. So I'm inking up that half of an orange again. So this is another way that you can do it. If you're not wanting, if you're only wanting part of it, you can just use sometimes it doesn't work using a full ink pad, but if you have Stampin' Spots, the 1-inch ones, it's perfect for getting just where you want it. But so I just wanted this orange half here, and so I'm going to stamp it sort of in the top corner of my white here. Now I'm done with that one. And so I need my half again, which is this one, with my Mango Melody. I don't know if you saw me do that or not, but when you're holding onto your stamp, you want to make sure that it, or your ink pad as opposed to your stamp, you want to make sure that this is locked into place. Then it won't go anywhere. If I have it not locked, then it can, depending on how new the ink pad is, it can slide and whatever. So, inking up my orange half. And then stamp that in there. Okay. So here's my greeting piece that I'm going to use. And I'm using the stamp, Sending You a Big Squeeze. I'm not a punny person, but sometimes I like it in my stamps. I'm testing on my scrap because I want to make sure that I have it nice and inked. Okay, Sending You a Big Squeeze. We're going to put right there. There, fun. Okay. Now I'm going to put everything together. So, this designer paper is from the Enjoy the Journey designer paper, which of course is retiring. Pretty much any designer paper always retires going from one catalog to the next. So I have these cut so that they'll be sort of graduated. Oh, and I noticed that there's part of here where it's a lighter color, and then wherever it's joined, I don't know, somehow it's darker. Like, can you see this is darker than this? It's like sort of stamped off or something. So I want to make sure if I go like this, I'm going to see mostly light. If I go like this, I can see the dark up here too. So that is intentionally something that I'm doing. So I love this designer paper. It's really pretty. Actually, I wouldn't call it pretty. I would call it fun. It's fun designer paper. So I'm putting my black down. And then I'm putting my designer paper down. So I'm just sort of aiming for an even border top and left. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my greeting. So no dimensionals on this one. I just want it really simple. So there's my card. Now I have one more thing that I want to put on here. So these are called Glassy Dots. These are not retiring. I love that. And I want, I'm not using, these always struggled with my Take Your Pick tool, so I'm not using it. So I just want to bring out the Melon Mambo that's in, I think it's Melon Mambo, could be Polished Pink, but anyway, I want to bring out the pink that's in here. So it just looks all cute and pretty. So this is one of them, and I'm going to move on to my second one. So this time I'm using the blue and green one. So this is another color. It's funny, they Stampin' Up! Focused on Mint Macaroon and Mango Melody in this current, well, both Celebration and this mini catalog. In some of their designer papers, that's what I've been using for months, and now both of those colors are going. So anyway, so I want to do a landscape card this time, and I'm sort of flipping my thinking a little bit. So on this one, I used my images for my background, and then I used my my greeting here. And this time, I want to show you that you can use your greeting as a background. So I'm going to do that. So I'm using I am using Night of Navy with this. I want it to really stand out. I always like dark, prefer dark with my my words. So anyway, I'm using Night of Navy, and I'm using Thanks a Bunch. So I'm going to stamp it right on the edge here. So I'm sort of making a line of it down the side. And I'm going to do one more line. It doesn't have to be perfect, but obviously I'm sort of aiming for it to be even. So I just used my Thanks a Bunch for my background. Okay, now I also want to, I'm focusing on the other stamps in this set. There's also flowers in this stamp set. It's not just, I should show you this again. Here's the stamp set again. So obviously I use these, the fruit parts on the last card, but there's also flowers because any sort of fruit tree has some sort of flowers at some point. So there's pretty flowers in here too. So I'm not using the leaves, but I am using the flowers. So I just want, do I want this? Yes, I want this. So I'm using just one flower set right there. And I'm going to put the centers in. It's funny. There's a single bigger center, and then there's two small centers. So these are perfectly positioned so that you can just get right in the center of both your small ones, and then you can do your big one. So here's my card base waiting for the rest of it. All right. So I'm using, this is the largest of it. I tend to use this angled cut one, largest of these TaylorMade tags. I don't use these quite so much. But I'm using the largest one of these. And I want to make sort of a background. I want a lot of this white to show, but I also want there to be color that coordinates with my card. So I'm using blends, Stampin' Blends. I'm going to close this for right now. And so I'm going to start with, I have the lightest, is this the darker one? Yeah, this is darker seafoam, soft seafoam, but this is light mint macaron and light balmy blue. So I'm using all of these colors. Thanks, Marlene. I'm sorry, my comments just are not updating, so I have to keep refreshing. Okay, so I'm using light balmy blue, and I'm just sort of making a background here. And then I'm using, yeah, mint macaron. It's funny, this cap seems lighter than the soft seafoam, but the cardstock of soft seafoam and the ink is definitely darker. I mean lighter. Okay. So I just have a little background here that I made. And now I'm going to actually stamp the flowers on here again. Actually, no, first I decided I don't want the flowers to get too much in the way. So I'm using this Thanks from, I forgot the name of it now again. Biggest Wish. I showed you earlier, but I'll show you the stamp set again. So I'm using the Thanks from this in Night of Navy. I'm not usually too worried about how the firm foam works with the photopolymer, but I suddenly just wanted to check to make sure that it was good. Okay, so I have my Thanks on here. And I'm going to add more flowers. So, some of them are going to be off the color, and some are going to be straight on the color. Do I want this? Okay, So there's my flowers. Now, I want to do something, oops, I can shut this now. I like doing this. It's for a really simple look. So I'm using my blender pen, and I'm using the color that, from the ink pad that I just stamped, and I'm just spreading it. So you can really see it on the white. But even on the colored where I have the background, you can see it. See that? So I didn't add any more ink. I'm just spreading what's already there. So it's not a marker, it's a blender pen. These come 3 to a pack, and they're $12 now, and they are not retiring. So my favorite way to use blender pens is actually to pick up ink from, oh, I'll show you on this one. Pick up ink from the inside of your ink pad. You press it with your 2 thumbs. You have to press kind of hard. And then you get a palette there. So then you can pick up color and color in what you're doing. But I also love just spreading the ink that's here. Some colors work really well with this and some don't. But this is a way to use what you already have here. Didn't need to pick up any more color. Okay, so here's my flowers. And then you just run this off clear on your scrap. And then I'm going to, I need this again, put my centers in. So do my big ones first. This one's off, but we still want the center where we can see it. And then the 2 small ones together. 2 small ones. And again. There we have it. Okay. So we're done with that. Okay. So now what I want to do is I have, oh, where did I put, oh, there it is. We have some ribbon. This is in the mini catalog right now, but it is carrying forward. I love this ribbon. It's just called bordered ribbon. It's Night of Navy. And it sort of feels like the open weave, or like, what's it? I don't know other ones. Organdy, maybe we've called it. Anyway, so there's this shiny part, and then there's this more fine part. So I'm going to just cut off, I don't know, maybe, this probably is too much, but I want enough. This is maybe 8 inches, is that right? 7.5. All right, so I think I figured this out. So I like to, I do what I call a bookmark knot. I'm refreshing my screen again. Okay, so I do a bookmark knot, and I think I have to go in from, just a sec. I think I did it wrong. I need to go in from the bottom. Is that right? Here I thought I had it figured out, and now I forgot what I figured out. I never can visualize it until I'm at least part with you. Okay, just a sec. That's going to go through. Oh, that's going to be on the back. I do need to go in from the front. Okay, so I fold it in half. I'm putting it through the front. And then put the ends through this loop of it being folded. And then I'm just going to pull one at a time, or I might rip it. I got it mostly in place. Okay, so what I was aiming for was the side of this loop being in the front, not in the back. So that was why. So you have to go in through the front for it to stay in the front. Maybe I need to remember that wording. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this a little bit. There we go. And then, of course, we need dimensionals for putting it on here. I have them out somewhere. There we go. So, do you guys have this bundle already? Have you bought it? I love how this stamp set, I was going to use it on a rainy day, but it totally makes me think of a day like today. I know that that citrus fruits, they blossom in the winter, or that's when it seems like they come from Florida and California and whatever, but it's a sunshiny sort of fruit, the bright colors. I wanted it uneven so that I could see them better. Okay. So then this is going on here. Like that. And that's it. Wait, did I do any? No, I didn't do any embellishments on this one. I just have it simple and cute. So this is a bundle. Not yet, says Marlene. So this is a bundle. It is not retiring, but I don't think that there are any bundles that are going forward from one catalog to the next. They've done a couple in the past, but this is not staying bundled. So right now, when you buy it, you can get a 10% discount with it, getting it as a bundle. But in the next catalog, which I can only see online, but it's gorgeous, it is unbundled, so you can't save the 10%. So anyway, that's just something to keep in mind. Okay, so I am done stamping, so I'm going to put you guys up. So I'm going to upside down you, put you backwards again, and lift you up. Okay, so I'm going to show you again. Here's my... So I was trying to get my words as a background. I love the look of this card. And both of these are from the pack of Enjoy the Journey. No, Enjoy the Adventure. See, now I'm all confused again. I think the designer paper is Enjoy the Journey, but the Memories and More cards are called Enjoy the Adventure. Crazy. So both of these are in that pack, so you can get both of these. And then, oh, I didn't show you this part. So they're always, when they have specialty cards, they also have specialty envelopes. So here's the front and the inside. So there you have it. Okay, so remember to, even if you're watching later, remember to share my video, and then let me know that you shared, because I can, then I will can see that you shared it, and I'll enter you into my drawing. So also I wanted to mention to you, I did open registration for a couple classes that I'm having. I have one every month called my Occasions Card Class. Oh, thank you. Hi, Julie. And thank you, Marlene. I have my Occasions Card Class every last Tuesday of the month. You get to make 6 cards, 2 each of 3 designs. And I keep trying to put my cards down on my stamps that are inked. That doesn't work well. So there's that one the last Tuesday. So is that the 25th, I think? And then also I'm having my annual, I call it my Moms, Dads, Grads, Brides, and Babies Stamp-A-Stack. So you'll get to make 3 each of all 5 of those cards. So Mother's Day or a feminine card, Father's Day or a masculine card, a graduation or congratulations card, a bridal or anniversary card, and a baby, or I guess maybe you could make it into a kid's birthday sort of card. So anyway, that registration is open. So you can go to my website. If you didn't get an invitation already, you can go to my website at dazzledbystamping.com and click events. I'll also put the link in the description in my post after I edit it today. I'll put the link to register for that. So the stamp a stack, you get to make 15 cards. And I have a morning and an evening class. So in the registration, the invitation went out, and it's just one link to register, but then you tell me which morning or evening class that you are interested in. So let me see. Oh, and I ordered catalogs. They are on their way. I will let you know when they're here. And if you've not ordered from me recently, then you can place an order with me and get your catalog free, or you can set up a workshop with me. I would love to do a workshop for you and your friends, and you obviously get one as being the hostess, so you can get your catalog that way. Okay, I think that's all that I have for you. I'm so happy that the sun is out today and my connection works today. It was crazy. I did try. I know. I'm really excited for this catalog. I love the colors. I don't know if you paid attention or watched the little video that I had shared a week ago or so. I really like the colors that Stampin' Up! Has chosen to either bring back or new colors. They're really pretty. So yeah, I love it. So anyway, I think that's it. So enjoy the sunshine. Have a wonderful day. Have a happy Easter. I hope this is a time of celebration for you. Because Easter is definitely a time of celebration. More so on Sunday, because he is risen on Sunday. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a wonderful day. And I will see you again next week, Wednesday, assuming all connections are good. Thanks. Bye.